Just when it looked like the felonious payoffs to Donald Trump's mistresses stuff was starting to wind down with the sentencing to 3 years in prison for Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen, there's a totally new story related to these payoffs to Donald Trump's mistresses, and it just keeps getting worse and worse for Trump. The National Enquirer is a gossip magazine. It's owned by a company called American Media Incorporated, also known as AMI. Yesterday, we learned within minutes of the sentencing of Michael Cohen to 3 years in prison, we learned that AMI is now admitting that they made a $150,000 payment to an ex-Playboy model and Trump mistress named Karen McDougal in coordination with Donald Trump's 2016 presidential campaign, the goal of which was to influence the results of the election. In other words, to help Donald Trump defeat Hillary Clinton. Federal prosecutors have agreed not to prosecute AMI in exchange for AMI accepting responsibility, cooperating with an investigation, and committing to making, quote, compliance improvements so that this doesn't ever happen again. Right. AMI had been the target of another federal investigation. And of course, like everyone associated with these payoffs, AMI lied. AMI first said, oh, no. These expenditures have nothing to do with the election. We have First Amendment rights. These are not illegal campaign contributions, nothing to see here. Then federal prosecutors went to AMI and showed them what they have. And instead now AMI is saying, yeah, we did it. And the prosecutor's office is saying that AMI has provided, quote, substantial and important assistance in an investigation that is still going on. Isn't it funny, Pat, or at least interesting, that nobody has any involvement or knowledge about what these prosecutors are talking about until they get in a room with the prosecutors. And then all of a sudden, everybody's very interested in cooperating with the investigations.
Yeah, it seems like they're saying something that jogs their memory. Or maybe it's that their lies are just not standing up. And then when they're presented with some sort of jail time or repercussions, they flip.
And this is particularly interesting because the National Enquirer previously said they have a, quote, safe full of Trump-related stories that they've worked on successfully, that they've, I guess we would say that they've successfully buried. That is a treasure trove that at any point could explode and Donald Trump could have 10 new scandals on his hands. And as shocking as it might be, there could be way more felony payoffs, which we might learn about. Remember Michael Wolff's book, Fire and Fury. In that book, he quotes Steve Bannon, Trump's advisor, former advisor, as saying that one of Donald Trump's attorneys, quote, took care of 100 women during the presidential campaign. Not all of those, of course, would be former mistresses. They may have been individuals who had stories to tell that were not stories of being former mistresses. But that is the allegation in Michael Wolff's book. And there are rumblings, and I want to be really clear, these are merely rumblings. There are rumblings about Donald Trump forcing a woman to have an abortion and paying for it, which would bring a whole new meaning to the term the abortion bill as something other than a legislative proposal. And you would imagine, of course, that if Trump indeed did force a mistress to have an abortion, that his evangelical supporters would immediately abandon him. But I think that they'd still find a way to defend his actions because of, Hillary's emails, and she would have started a war with Syria or something like that. Send me your thoughts about how far do you think this goes? And by this, I mean the sort of umbrella of hush money payments, mistresses, shutting women up, that type of thing. How far do you think it goes? I'm on Twitter at @DPakman, and the show is on Twitter at David Pakman Show. One of today's sponsors is Skillshare, which is an incredible online learning community offering over 10,000 high-quality online courses on a huge variety of topics. First 500 who click the link under this video will get 2 entire months of totally free access to every single class that Skillshare offers. You'll have free access to courses on music, art, photography, business, computer programming, cooking, meditation, and everything in between. I think you'll have no problem finding courses that are perfect for you. Just took a really great class on graphic design, which I know nothing about, but I'm trying to learn. Our show is giving you 2 entire months of totally free access to every course Skillshare offers, risk-free. If you click the link under this video, you'll have 2 months to take classes on anything you're passionate about, classes taught by real people who who share that passion. And after that, you can keep getting access to the entire site for less than $10 a month. Just click the link under this video to redeem your 2 free months of Skillshare, but hurry, it's only available to the first 500 who sign up.